Hey, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of The Old Head Show, which means a hodgepodge of shit from your old pal, Old Head. Go pick up one of these hats. If you go down to you can see my shop stuff down there. There's mugs, there's shirts, there's hats, there's cranked and ranked stuff. Yeah, anything helps. You know, I get paid nothing pretty much to make these videos. Some would say I get paid too much. But anyway, hey, welcome. So I got stuff to talk about. The first thing we're gonna do to really kickstart this episode of the Old Head Show is we're gonna try a new beer. I got a 4-pack of these. This is a special edition beer. These are the Pantera Vulgar Display of Lager beers by, I think it's Halftime Beverage is the name of the company. Although it's brewed by the Great South Bay Brewery, which they're not from Texas. I mean, this stuff's made in New York City?
New York City?
Get a rope.
But that's all right, because, you know, I'm all about trying the banned beers. And it is funny because a lot of you probably out there are watching this going like, you know, Vinny and Dime have like nothing to do with this clearly. So who's okaying this? And is it truly a Pantera beer? I don't really care. I just like trying beers with band logos of bands that I love. So they literally could just pour Miller Lite into a different can and then put Anthrax on it. And I would have been like, fuck, man, I'm gonna try this beer. It's the best beer I've ever had. That's because I'm not a beer snob. I'm just a lazy beer drinker. And I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this this Vulgar Display of Lager right now. I have not tried it yet. I ordered the 4-pack and I was one of the lucky ones where I think the first 500 orders or whatever also got a free poster. That's pretty cool. But yeah, let's give this a shot here. All right, drum roll, please. Somebody gonna drum roll out there? Thanks. Okay. I like this. It's a German beer, I believe, and it's nice. It's not heavy. It doesn't have like a flavor that, like, you know, kind of takes you a minute to get used to if you're not a big beer drinker. It's nice. It's a nice, smooth beer, and I really like the label. And look, over here on this side, look, there's the pictures from Vulgar Display of Power on the side of it. That's pretty sweet. Let me do one more. All right. Yeah, way to go, Halftime Beverage and Great South Bay Brewery. It's good. If it was regularly coming out, I would probably continue to buy it and drink it because it's, like I said, I'm a nerd for band-related shit. Which we'll really get into. But first, I want to call a little bit of attention to something that is meaningless to most people, but very meaningful to me. Apparently, my channel just passed over 100,000 watch hours. In some ways, that's like, oh, hey, cool. In other ways, I'm like, because it's like, you know, how long have I been doing this? Like, is it going on 3 years now? It's 2.5 years of me doing this. And it really makes me think, oh, 100,000 watch hours, and, you know, 99,000 of those are people going, what's this? Ah, fuck this guy. So anyway, but it's an occasion. So, you know, why not have a little drink to unwind myself? Okay, so today is what's today's date? Saturday, April 23rd, and today was Record Store Day. One of the many record store days, because I thought Record Store Day was one time a year, and maybe it was at one point, but now it's 2, 3 apparently. Apparently there's one happening in June also, and so whatever. I guess people go out, they go to their local record stores, they buy things. The idea of the record store is kept alive, which I really like that. To be completely honest, the only gripe about Record Store Day is the gripe that I think a lot of people have, which is it's limited edition, so people will just go out and buy shit they don't even want just so they can flip it for ridiculous prices online. That's bullshit. Everything else about it, if you're bitching about Record Store Day, you're just a sad person. If you don't want to buy anything, don't go buy anything. Go to the record store and buy shit that isn't Record Store Day. Just go buy something. But I had plenty I wanted to get today, and luckily, I was able to get everything I wanted, minus one, because one of them was delayed until June. So I walked out a happy camper, and I ended up going to, here in Houston, Texas, the local record store, Cactus Records, and the way they do it is fucking perfect. I'll never go anywhere else for Record Store Day than Cactus Records, because here, two things. Number one, the week before, they give out tickets for a place in line. So you show up there, they give you whatever your number is, and then on actual Record Store Day, you just show up and they call 25 people at a time, and you just know when you're going to be going. You don't have to fucking camp out overnight or show up really fucking early in the morning. It's usually Saturday mornings. That's what I need my beauty sleep, people. I save my drinking for Friday and Saturday, so I need some time to get going in the morning. On top of that, also on that note, they don't start it until 10 a.m. Woo! That is for me right there, because I rolled in there at just about 10 o'clock, and I had to wait a little bit because my number was a little bit down the line, and I was a little bit worried that I wasn't going to get what I wanted, but it worked out, and it was a smooth experience. And kudos, Cactus Records. Everyone there was really nice, and the whole system is really great. If you're in Houston, do it, Cactus Records. So what did I get for Record Store Day? Let's do it. Let's start with the one that I went there for. This is like, if they didn't have this, I was just like, man, this is the one that I have to have. The Alice in Chains We Die Young single. I think some people call it an EP, but it's not. It's got 3 songs on it. It's got We Die Young, it's got It Ain't Like That, and then Killing Yourself, which is from their original demo, but I believe this is a re-recorded version of Killing Yourself, this is the only way it's on vinyl, on the We Die Young thing. This comes basic ass. There's a lot of basic ass white paper sleeves, which I'm not as annoyed with that as some people are, but I still go, because I don't like the white paper sleeves. Anything else is fine with me. And it's just black vinyl. Nothing special. I have not cleaned this or played it or anything. It's just, I got home and then had other things to do. And now I'm here talking to you guys. But that is the first thing that I really, really wanted, the Alice in Chains We Die Young single. And luckily, they had it. The second thing that I was really looking forward to is this. Portals, the debut solo EP from Mr. Kirk Hammett from Metallica. This is actually available in wide release. I think you can go to Metallica.com or other places and also get this, but I picked it up. It was a Record Store Day thing. Came out on Record Store Day. And it's 4 tracks. I've actually listened to this. It's 4 tracks. It's all instrumental, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to save a bigger review for Old Bollocks, because I will be talking about this on the upcoming episode of Old Bollocks. So stay tuned. Let's look at the record, though. Once again, look. Paper sleeve. And then it's kind of a cool, I like that color. It's a real pleasing color. I'm not going to say what color it is, because I've learned that I'm a little bit colorblind, and sometimes I will call things a certain color, and my wife will go, You really think that looks like it's blue? And I'm like, I guess so. I don't know. Turquoise-ish, maybe? Anyway, yeah, Kirk Hammett Portals. Check it out. Next thing I got was the Moving Pictures EP from Charlie Benante and Friends. For those of you who don't know, Charlie Benante, the drummer of Anthrax. And this is all Rush cover songs. And if you remember, at the beginning of the pandemic, Charlie Benante started posting these videos where they collaborated remotely, him and Rod Diaz from Suicidal, who's now playing with Korn, actually. And Alex Skolnick's on here too. Oh, Ra is on here as well, I think. Yeah. And they started off doing Rush, I believe, and then they branched out to doing other songs too. And it became like a really cool thing to look forward to in the pandemic. That's the thing, is that the pandemic, it's not over. I know it's not over, but it's not to the extent that it was then. And the whole like being unsure of what the fuck is going on and not wanting to leave the house and you know, just there being so much weird shit going on with people being assholes, people being idiots, the uncertainty of it all. It was nice to have things like this and a handful of the other kind of streaming things that came out around that time. And so it's funny, like there's a few things from that time period where I look at it and go, oh, that's a nice memory during kind of a weird, annoying time in our history. And this was one of the things. And this is all the collection of all the Rush cover songs they did. Subdivisions, Red Barchetta, Free Will, La Via Strangiato, XYZ, YYZ. Why the fuck did I say XYZ?
Because that's the fucking alphabet, Steven.
But yeah, if you look, it's got, you know, Alex Skolnick, Charlie Benante, dude who's in a band that I don't really like, Ra Diaz. This girl plays some keyboards, I believe. And this one's on a colored vinyl. It's a nice blue spatter kind of thing. I really like it. It looks pretty. That's kind of a cool little record store thing, and I like it because it's a snapshot of that time period. I didn't get the Silver Lining one that Charlie put out, which has other of these online collaborations. Mostly because the selection of songs, I'm like, I'm not really like interested in having all of those on vinyl. But as a lot of you know, I am a Rush fan and an Anthrax fan, and so makes absolute sense. I also like that they went with the puns for moving pictures once again. There's pictures that are moving, and in this picture that's being moved, and it's moving. Up next, Angel Rat by Voivod. They were supposed to also release Nothing Face, but that one got delayed until June. But we did get Angel Rat, which is a fucking phenomenal album. Is there a Voivod album that isn't phenomenal? There's a few that are just really good, but this one is great. I love this one, and it speaks connection. I believe this was also produced by Terry Brown, who did Rush albums. So hey, there's a connection right here. But yeah, this one though, like I'm happy to have it on vinyl, but it is some bare bones shit right here. But there's a liner. There's a liner in this one. I'm fine. I'm down with that. And if you look, it's a deep purple with some just randomness going on. It's really weird. It's a weird color, but it's, you know, it's totally fine. And I realize that, you know, there's probably not a lot extra going on. I don't remember what all is in the CD version, but you know, you got all the credits right there and picture and stuff. So I don't know if there was much else to put in here. And they may have even been going off the original vinyl version, because especially this is 1991. So there may have only been like one pressing on vinyl, like from Germany or whatever back in the day. So maybe this is true to that. I've noticed sometimes that actually happens. Like there are some recent reissues of a couple Pantera albums, and the Great Southern Trendkill, people were all pissed off saying like, oh, they left off these songs. I'm like, well, no, if you go back and look at the 1996 vinyl edition, those songs are also missing. This is a recreation of that. So maybe that's what it is. Either way, I'm very happy to have Angel Rat on vinyl finally. Okay, next up. Angel Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead, Madonna, the second Trail of Dead album. Amazing band from Austin, Texas. In my opinion, probably one of the best things to ever come out of Austin, Texas. They're still kicking it today. Nothing is as good as this or the album after this, Source Tags and Codes. Those are fucking masterpieces. They keep doing good stuff, but the bar was set very high very early on by Trail of Dead. This one's kind of cool. It's a gatefold. This one is put out by Svart Records, not fart with a V, Svart. This one has a liner in it. This company also put out a few King's X reissues for Record Store Day also, and they were pretty good quality. So I'm pretty stoked to see. It's yellow. It's a yellow. I don't know how many people out there know. I don't know how big Trail of Dead are to where like people just know who they are, or is it like if you.
Here's what I found.
Okay. She didn't find anything important. And last but not least, I picked something up for my wife, and I'm going to talk about it because it was a Record Store Day release. Joni Mitchell, Blue Highlights. My wife is a huge Joni Mitchell fan, and she's a really big fan of the album Blue, which these highlights come from. I'm okay with Joni Mitchell. Some of her stuff's good. It's, you know, I had to warm to it a little bit. This one is just black vinyl, you know. Don't tell anybody that Old Head talked about Joni Mitchell on his channel, okay? Keep that just between us. But yeah, I got this for my wife, and because I love her, and she loves Joni Mitchell, and so, you know, by proxy, I also love Joni Mitchell. So there you go. That was my Record Store Day haul for April 2022. Yeah. All right, I'm going to talk about one more vinyl release, but this was not a Record Store Day release, but still a very special one for me and for a lot of people out there. I got the reissue of Metal Massacre 1, the Metal Blade Records compilation, where we first learned of a little band called Metallica. Although I thought the original version of the vinyl, Metallica, was spelled with 2 T's. And I just feel like it would have been great if they just left the 2 T's on there, but okay, they didn't, fine. But this is the version that came from the Metallica store, which is now sold out, I apologize. But it's on clear vinyl, once again, paper sleeve. I really like clear vinyl. I know that it's kind of whatever because it's, you know, there are some really interesting color combos and designs that people come up with, but for some reason, just a good clear vinyl, I just think it still looks cool to me. I'm a basic bitch like that, I guess. And it comes with this this poster, that right there, and then it's got some, you know, old flyers and stuff, and credits and whatnot. And the cool thing about this one is that originally the Black and Blue song was not originally on Metal Massacre 1, and they ended up removing Rat, because Rat's on here, and somebody else, and then added Black and Blue in like the second or third pressing. And I just like the fact that they put everything back on here. Anything that was on a version of Metal Massacre 1 is on this, and that's pretty great. Most of the stuff on here is all right, but the Rat song is cool. I mean, I guess I do like the Black and Blue song, and of course Metallica with Hit the Lights, the original version of Hit the Lights. So this is, yeah, Metal Massacre. You can't pick up this version anymore. You can probably find it for more money online, but I think there's like another version that's red that I think's still out there. So get it. It's literally a fucking classic release. All right, now movie review time. So you might hear me mention this movie several times on other things on this channel because I really liked it. And I wanted to give like my 2 cents and my a little short, I don't know why I keep doing that. It's creepy, stop it. Metal Lords, this movie right here, on Netflix. It came out 2 weeks ago now, and I've seen it twice because I watched it the night it came out and, you know, had a few beers and like went into the movie thinking, you know what, this is going to be a funny movie about metal. I'll probably get annoyed at some stuff and they might get some stuff wrong. And, but at the end, I'll probably enjoy it and then just move on with my life. But I ended up, you know, at least halfway through that movie being like, this is one of the best metal movies I've ever seen. And when I'm saying that, I'm not saying metal because like I see people griping about this movie and they all seem to be dudes that take themselves way too seriously. Disclaimer, if your head is jammed really far up your ass, Metal Lords is not going to be the movie for you. But I liked it because it reminded me of how I was when I was a teenage kid getting into metal. The characters that play, the three main characters, seem like people that I knew, especially the main metal guy. I think Hunter is his name. I'm like, I totally knew that guy. And that was so spot on. And just the fact that it was a really sort of sweet movie about a few friends that happened to, be into metal. And I like, that just made it more potent for me. Because instead of somebody coming out and being like, we're going to make the most rock and roll movie, there's going to be cocaine and titties everywhere. But no, they didn't. They literally stayed true to what the experience was like for me and many, 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 many other people when we were getting into metal. We weren't badasses. We were pacifists. We liked this heavy music, and it helped us get out our aggression and work out some of our inner demons and our own problems. And instead of beating up people, because they would just beat us up. It's kind of come full circle now where the metal people are all like, no, we're the ones that do the beating up and the hating on people. And I'm like, well, that really wasn't the case. At least for my group of friends and many, many people, because I'm seeing other people talk about this movie and they kind of share the same sentiment. So, and another thing that I really like about this movie is the fact that it is perfect for younger people. It's not a movie made for adults, although it's R-rated. There's cuss words in it and references that children probably shouldn't hear here and there. But if it feels aimed at younger people, which is perfect because this is a great movie to get younger people into metal. And I'm just glad it's out there because now it's there, it's out. People are going to stumble upon it. It's going to create metal fans. There's literally a part of the movie where one dude gives another dude a list of songs, and the part where he's literally learning and everyone's hearing War Pigs for the first time. Sorry, I got chills during that part. It's a really great movie. Yeah, I'm kind of a softie, and also I usually like movies that a lot of people think aren't very good. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe this is not a good movie at all, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I'm not one of those people that's like, actually, The Godfather is the greatest movie ever made. It's not. It's boring. Metal Lords is a really fucking good movie. Yeah, they didn't really get anything wrong. The only thing that differed for me when I was a kid was that they played D&D, and we never. That was for dorks. We were into metal. And on top of that, there's cool cameos from Scott Ian, Kirk Hammett, Tom Morello, Rob Halford. That's it. But it was cool to see those cameos. Also, Tom Morello wrote and performed. I think even Scott Ian performed the music that they play in the movie. If I remember right, they worked on it together. So anyway. This is a really long, I thought this was going to be a short review. It's kind of a long review. If you skip this, more power to you. But at the end of the day, this movie was just perfect for me because there was no elitism in this movie. Like there was never a part where somebody was talking shit about other music. There was a little bit of a jab at the White Stripes, but I'll let them get away with that. But for the most part, it really just encapsulated that was a big word, Steven. Yeah, even after numerous drinks of a beer. It encapsulated, that sounds weird saying that word now. For me, it correctly got across the feeling of how empowering it can be to be into metal, but also how alienating it can be to be into metal when you're young. So there you go, Metal Lords. Okay, that's pretty much all I have to talk about, but I decided that there's going to be one additional thing that I'm going to do at the end of every episode of the Old Head Show. If you guys remember, I did a couple videos a couple months ago where I got an entire box of rock cards, rock and roll trading cards. And I opened a bunch of them in some videos, but those videos just got kind of tiresome. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save these now. And every episode of the Old Head Show will wrap up with me opening one pack of rock cards. Let's do it. First up, the art card. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, the first 10 years. Yeah, some Iron Maiden awesomeness there. And then there's this contest that I can't enter because I live in the future. All right. Starting it off with Rick Wakeman from Yes. All right. Hey, appropriate for earlier tonight, Mr. Alex Skolnick from Testament. Oh my God. I did not set this up. It's Alex Skolnick followed by Charlie Benante. This feels like fate. Do you feel it? We were meant to be together, right? Oh my God, it's my favorite new band, the Dan Reed Network. Blake Sakamoto from the Dan Reed Network. If you guys don't remember, I did not know who the fuck the Dan Reed Network was before I started opening these packs of cards. And now all of a sudden they're in every pack. Hey, look, Scott Ian and some Scott Ian facts. All right, Blas Elias from Slaughter, Mick Mars. Ricky Rocket doing some skateboarding tricks. CC DeVille doing some whatever he's doing. Eric Brittenham from Cinderella. Adrian Vandenberg from Whitesnake. Oh my God, Jimmy Bleacher from Salty Dog? Wow, okay. Never would have thought anybody from Salty Dog would have gotten their own trading card. Last but not least, Iron Maiden group photo card with some Iron Maiden facts on the back. That was great. Started off with an Iron Maiden art card, ended with an Iron Maiden band card. Nothing amazing in that one. I think a lot of those I have already. But yeah, there you go. Another pack of rock cards. I was got those. There we go. One more drink of this. Yeah, I like it. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking them up. All right, that is the end of this episode of The Old Head Show. If you've lasted this long, you're one of the awesome ones, and I love you. Thank you for watching my shit. 100,000 watch hours. Here's to 100,000 more, and I will see you all again very, 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 very soon. There's some special shit coming up, so you just wait. Okay, bye.